Rustic Nail Company handcrafts conversation pieces. They mix creative passion and an array of reclaimed and repurposed materials to design, fabricate, and build one-of-a-kind custom art. Let's visit Rustic Nail Company in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
I do think it's very important to find things that you can use. It's kind of like keeping history alive. One of my favorite things to do is when clients call and say, hey, we've got some wood off of a barn that my great-grandfather built, or the doors off of our homestead in Indiana or states away, and they will take the time to bring that to us and get it to our door, and then we're able to take that and create them somewhat of an heirloom piece. I worked for an engineering company that built roads. I went to Western Kentucky University, studied architecture and civil engineering, of which I never really finished. Mostly because I found a career job and ended up being a worker much more than a student. So after 8 years, I really felt like there was more for me, and so I left that job and actually became a painter for a couple months, and then started kind of finding myself in wood, of which I had a couple who was building a home, doing some reclaimed wood in their home, and had some extra stuff left over, and they said, oh, well, you can have it. And so with that wood, I started making things. Ended up having some people say, oh, we love that, would you make us one? So all of this has evolved somewhat without a plan that has turned into something that we thoroughly enjoy very much doing every day. It's amazing to get to do things that you love every day. I feel like I never really work. We do have some strenuous days and strenuous hours, but in the end, it's very, joyful for us. Rustic Nail caters to the custom world. We really enjoy doing the things that people really don't do. We do everything from forging steel to tremendous amounts of metalwork, fabrication, welding. We just purchased a plasma table that's going to really change a lot for us as far as being able to make odds and ends, whether it's brackets, handmade hinges, things that, kind of have become lost over time because of, technology and equipment that now just spits them out left and right. And so really Rustic Nail takes the slow down approach when making things, mostly because we feel like in the end people will really appreciate that, which creates somewhat of an issue in today's world because it takes us longer to provide these products. Most of the people that have been through the cycle with us understand that and have been very understanding throughout all this stage, and in turn, they love what we provide, and we've gotten great feedback throughout the time that we've been alive as Rustic Nail. We do everything, even into the woodwork, wood slabs, wall coverings, and most recently gotten into commercial applications with restaurants, coffee shops, various large capacity jobs. So things are really growing from, starting in a little 20 by 20 shop to now, pretty substantial space for us that allows us to really grow and be able to do more and more and more. I would consider myself a doer more than anything. I was born, in a family that were doers, and my dad, instead of saying, I'll fix it, my dad handed me the tool and said, figure it out. And so I've always been a doer. My grandfather was an artist. My mother is an interior designer. So I think I've taken the talents that have been given to me, and then the doer mentality, and kind of became a craftsman and an artist. The greatest compliment I have received was from a professor. I was not a student material. I really struggled with testing, with the day-to-day paperwork. And I'd always been told, man, if you just could give it to him, he'll do fine. And so my professor, probably a year ago, who I cared a lot about, came to me and he said to me, I couldn't be more thrilled with the outcome of what you've done with your talents. And the end of our conversation, he said, the best part about this is that you've done it your way. And so that makes me realize that there is more than one way to get through all of this. There is really more than one way to skin that cat. There were a lot of people saying that won't ever work. And as a doer mentality, through blessings and other people and the support, here locally, that has really helped me through my non-conventional way of doing this.